Why are the first 15 days of the lunar year considered the most sacred for Buddhist practice? Why is merit increased by 100 million times on these days? What are the 15 miracles of Shakyamuni Buddha? Why did he manifest miracles? We answer these questions and celebrate each of the 15 miracles in this short presentation.
The first 15 days of the Lunar New Year in Vajrayana Buddhism are considered the most sacred for practice. We not only celebrate the miracle of Buddha's life and teachings, but a spectacular event that symbolizes the supreme Dharma teachings.
Losar or Lunar New Year is a day for new beginnings. Lunar New Year and the first 15 days are special merit practice days in Vajrayana Buddhism, celebrating the miraculous activities of Shakyamuni Buddha. Whether you understand the miracles as actual or symbolic, the merit is the same. During these 15 days, culminating in the 15th day, simply called Buddha's Day of Miracles, all merit for all offerings, practices, and bodhicitta activities is multiplied 100 million times, as cited by Lama Zopa Rinpoche from the Vinaya text, Treasure of Quotations and Logic.
During his life, Shakyamuni Buddha performed many miracles. Including levitating over the Ganges, the miracle of taming the elephant, and countless others. Why are these 15 miracles we celebrate on the first 15 days of the year special? The event is inspired by the miraculous deeds of Shakyamuni Buddha at Shravasti.
The ruler of that country, King Bimbisara, was one of Buddha's greatest patrons. According to the sutras, at the time of this event, 6 heretical teachers were at Bamboo Grove outside Rajagriha.
These teachers were wowing the crowds with illusions and tricks designed to deceive people into believing they were powerful teachers. Concerned, the king asked Shakyamuni Buddha for help. King Bimbisara said to Buddha,
"Those 6 teachers want to compare their miraculous deeds with those of the Tathagata. Will you please show them your powers to reverse their wrong views and lead them to do virtuous work? When you do this, may I be there?" Buddha replied, "The time will be known. Best prepare a suitable place."
On the first day, Buddha stunned the 6 heretics and the crowd by performing the miracle of the toothpick.
The Tathagata took a toothpick and placed it in the ground, It grew at once into a marvelous tree. On its branches, which extended for kilometers, grew beautiful leaves, flowers, fruit, and jewels of every kind. The multicolored light emanating from the jewels was as brilliant as the light of the sun and moon combined. When the branches of the tree rustled in the wind, the sounds of the Dharma teaching were heard.
On the second day, the Tathagata then turned his head right and left, and on either side of his lion throne, a mountain emerged. On each mountain flowed a magical spring whose water had 8 different tastes.
On the third day, the Buddha rinsed his mouth with water. On the ground where the water fell, a great lake formed, which extended for 300 kilometers.
On the fourth day, Buddha created a pool from which 8 streams flowed outward in circular paths. In the sound of the streams, people heard the teachings of the Eightfold Path, the 3 principles of the path to liberation, and the 4 immeasurables.
On the 5th day, the Tathagata emitted a wondrous golden light that filled the entire world. This light reached all living beings and purified the defilements of the 3 poisons: desire, hatred, and ignorance.
On the 6th day, Buddha then stunned the crowd by enabling them to see into each other's minds. Each one saw the other's good and bad thoughts. All experienced great faith and praised the knowledge of Buddha.
On the 7th day, Buddha blessed all the listeners so that they became great Chakravartins, each possessing 7 magic jewels.
On the 8th day, Buddha placed his right hand on the lion throne in the earth, touching mudra, and there was a great sound of trumpeting elephants. 5 fierce protectors came roaring forth, and the thrones of the 6 heretics were destroyed. Then Vajrapani came, with flames of victory.
On the 9th day, Buddha grew his body until it reached the highest heaven. From this body, rays of light illuminated all directions, and from this great height, he gave the teaching.
On the 10th day, he extended his body even larger until it reached the extent of samsara. Rays of light streamed from him, blessing all beings.
On the 11th day, Buddha became invisible, yet his great voice was heard by all beings in the universe as he expounded the teachings.
On the 12th day, the Buddha's light reached all beings in the universe. For that day, all beings were purified of the 3 poisons, dropped their weapons, and loved each other as a father and mother love their children, as a brother loves his sister.
On the 13th day, Buddha emanated 2 rays of light rising 15 meters, which manifested 2 more Buddhas seated on lotuses, who manifested 2 more Buddhas each, until the universe was filled with countless Tathagatas. On the 14th day, Buddha transformed flower petals strewn on the ground into 1,250 carriages made of precious jewels drawn by splendid horses.
On the 15th day, Buddha miraculously filled 100 empty bowls with foods of 100 different tastes. When the assembly ate them, their bodies and minds were completely satisfied.
At the end of the 15 days, the 6 heretic teachers and the huge assembly felt great faith in Buddha. As on all the previous days, those assembled attained great advancement. Some increased their Bodhi mind, some attained arhatship, some attained the stage of non-returning. Many attained the seeds of rebirth as humans or gods, and countless others increased their virtue.
To celebrate these miracles, we practice diligently each of the first 15 days of each lunar new year. On the 15th day, especially, we celebrate with light, usually butter lamps, and candles to celebrate the light of Buddha's glorious teachings.
We dedicate the merit of this presentation to the benefit of all sentient beings.